What is going on, everybody? I'm Spencer Tillis.
I'm Trayvon Miles.
And it is finally here.
Yes.
The wait is over. This is our second annual DSI Coaches Conference. If you've been watching our newscast, we've been teasing it for about a month and a half because I cannot wait to get this started. Kind of the best way to kick off the high school football season, and it's a great way to just preview all of our teams.
As you said, man, it's finally here. We've been talking about it, I feel like, forever. Since we did the last one last year around this time, we are finally here. We got a packed house. You guys can't see them right now.
Guests on both sides of us.
But we will get to our guests. I want you to go ahead and let's get it started. We're going to toss it over to Haley Mylon at the wall.
Hey, guys. Let's get it started up at Cape Henlopen. The Vikings finished last season with a 5-4 record after starting their season 3-1. Things got difficult for Henlopen when their tough Henlopen North Conference got to them. Coach Bill Collick's squad returned second-year starting quarterback Dylan Adams and veteran linebacker Robert Mitchell. Adams faces a bit of a competition from junior quarterback Nolan Brown. Now, typically, Cape faces a pretty easy out-of-conference schedule, which is actually making it challenging for them to get to the playoffs. This year, they get started against Lower Cape May Regional on September 10th. And sticking with the Henlopen North, over to Dover, who finished 4-6 last year. The Senators begin their first season under head coach Rudy Simonetti. Simonetti isn't looking back at seasons past. He says he's here now. It's a new team. He's already making adjustments to combat the tough offenses in the conference. His team will be switching between a 4-4 and a 4-3 this season. And staying in Dover, we look at another team that needs to have a short memory. Polytech is coming off of an 0-10 season. The Panthers also lost a 2.5-year starting quarterback in Jason Rigby, who went to Wesley. To address the hole at QB, head coach Kevin Smith looked to 3 possible replacements, including juniors Ben Morpus and Zach Travato and sophomore Vincent Tassione. The Panthers' quest for a win this season begins on September 9th when they face Appo. All eyes will be on the reigning Delaware State champions, the Smyrna Eagles, who were 9-1 last regular season. The season ended on a high note, just about as high as it gets, really, as they defeated Silesium for the state title. But the program hasn't peaked yet. In fact, this season, the Eagles look stacked. Incoming transfer Letty Brown joins Delaware commit and starting quarterback Nolan Henderson, who threw for 37 touchdowns, and 2015 State Offensive Player of the Year Will Knight. Spencer, Trey, I think we can all agree that schools across the North Henlopen Conference don't want to face these guys.
Yeah, that's a bit of an understatement right there. Right. They're pretty good.
Look who popped up beside us, right?
Yeah, right.
Speaking of champions, we are here joined by Smyrna head coach Mike Judy. Coach Judy, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Fresh off your state championship game. First thing we want to get into, man, had to be such a great feeling. Give me some of your memories from that state championship, beating Silesianum.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great opponent, and it was a dream come true for our community. The best part I honestly can say is that when you turn around at University of Delaware at Tubby Raymond Stadium and you look in the bleachers and there's 8,000 of our home crowd there wearing red. It was a sea of red.
Yes,
gave us that energy we needed. So.
Now, 2 years ago, you guys had a pretty good run, kind of got yourselves on the map. Obviously, last year, did it all, won the state title. Coming in this season, no one's overlooking you guys. There is a host of talent on that roster. I'm sure that's got a different kind of feeling coming into camp, being the team to beat, around the state.
Definitely. It was something that us as a coaching staff, we thought about pretty hard after the season. How big that target is going to be on our back. It's something that we were worried about, but our kids took a workman's approach, and they left no doubt that they're ready to move forward and put that season behind us. So we're looking forward to a 2016 successful season.
And Coach, you touched on that a little bit when I came up there and got you guys. One of the things I want to really get into, the kids you have coming back are simply amazing kids. Got Delaware commit Nolan Henderson, 36 touchdowns last season. You got Will Knight, who I think is the best player in the state, and he showed last year that he was certainly atop that list. And Letty Brown, a new transfer who already, the rich get richer, right?
Yes,
new transfer. This kid already has 3 offers from Louisville, Maryland, and West Virginia. We are already discussing it. It looks like to me you have the 3 best players in the state.
Well, I mean, that's a nice compliment. It's a
Bring
tall
it.
order to
Bring
fill.
it.
Tall order to fill. All three of the young men are very talented, but they can't do it. They're not going to win a game by themselves.
Yep.
So we're going to live and die by how good we can come together as a team. Right now, the kids are working their tails off. Letty is a great addition to an already potent offense. He's a very talented young man, and he's really allowing us to coach him very hard.
That's always good when you have coachable players with that talent. Well, one thing I want to get to is the defense that you guys got over there. Now, last year, you guys played Sally's the first time around.
That game was crazy.
It was a basketball score, something
Yeah,
in like
yeah.
the 70s, it felt like. When you guys beat them in the state tournament, you knew you had to bring it there. How do you stay with that type of intensity there on that side of the ball? And how important is that for this run, given you guys got the pieces on offense, but you don't want to get in a shootout like that again?
Yeah, definitely not. I don't think any coach in this room or in the state is ever going to want to be in a game like that. But it was a learning experience. It was one of those games that ended 76-56.
Wow.
And, it was 21-0 before we could bat an eye with 3 turnovers. And, it was probably the best thing that could have happened to us early, is to get punched in the mouth like that, put us against the wall, and make us come out swinging.
Yeah, well, you are certainly up against the wall this year. You got a great schedule coming, and we wish you nothing but luck. Best of luck to you. I'm sure you won't need a whole lot of some great players on your team, man.
Thank you.
All right, well, it's time for our first commercial break, but we are really just getting this thing started. Coming up on the other side, we're going to keep it going there in the Antelope North. You are watching the DSI Coaches Conference.
My name is William Knight, Smyrna running back, and you're watching Del Marva Sports Insider.